Alright, everybody, it's time to check out the Donkey Kong Bananza Direct, June 18, 2025. See what this is all about for the Switch 2. Let's see here. Yeah. Don't worry. This is the Switch 1, not the Switch 2. Like I said, like I said numerous times. I can wait on Switch 2. I'm not in any rush. I got a large library right now, Switch 1 games, and Switch 2 right now is slow. Slow on the actual full content physical releases. All right. So let's go and take a look at this.
When the world felt so cruel and bleak,
Donkey Kong has a new theme.
when the hole looked so dark and deep, hard as rock, cold as stone, I was scared, alone.
This feels out of place.
Then your beat showed the way to you.
That kind of feels a little out of place. I don't know why. Show us what you got. Great, stab Rick and Morty. Stab Rick and Morty answer. They gotta dance for this guy. What? Pauline? Oh, Mario ain't gonna like this.
Golden Bananas, the discovery of the century, made right here on Ingot Isle. This is excellent news for #1 banana fan, Donkey Kong. However, just as he's about to enjoy the notable bananas, a sudden tempest sends him deep down underground. As his adventure begins, DK teams up with Odd Rock, but it's no rock at all. It's actually a talented young singer named Pauline.
Wait,
Now, Donkey
is this
Kong
the
just
origin
wants
stories?
bananas. And Pauline wants to find a way back home to the surface. It's said that one's wish will be granted by reaching the planet core. So the unlikely duo set off on a strange
So it's made in
subterranean
Abyss.
adventure.
Got it.
The story takes place in the underground world, where the scenery changes the deeper you go. Some layers are so spectacular that it's hard to believe you're underground. DK can run,
That's hilarious. That
Jump.
that's hilarious. That she's
and
riding on
climb
his back.
through each environment. Using his incredible physical prowess, you can freely move in any direction. But that's not all.
Wait,
Almost
did he just roll
anything in your
over her?
path, you can smash, crash, and bash. You can even do this to a massive rock formation. You know, if you want.
Oh, that's
As you
cool.
barrel through obstacles in your path, you'll also collect golden bananas, known as Banandium gems. More on those later. Let's take a look at some of the things this Kong can
Nothing
do.
but breakable environments.
Punch.
That's pretty cool.
Smash enemies, walls, the ground.
Eric, you
And
know a
most
lot of
things
gamers
you
are going
can
to be
get your
stress
hands on
testing.
with incredible force. Destruction can lead to discoveries. So set off a chain reaction and see what happens. Dive punch. Unleash a powerful punch directly downward. How deep you punch into the ground depends on the strength of the terrain.
Oh, okay.
Roll forward. Roll at high speed and send lighter objects soaring. Combine this with punches and jumps to really mix things up.
This is what Minecraft
Hand
should be.
slap. Make some noise to collect scattered items. Or detect hidden objects using sonar. You can even use your feet when your hands are occupied. Tear off. Grab a chunk of terrain and tear it off.
Oh, that's cool.
Or tear up turnips to find items. And even tear chunks off your foes.
Oh, okay.
swing.
He's got a lot of good
Grab a
movesets
chunk
here.
and swing it to attack. Harder chunks can be used to break stone with ease.
Take the stone
Or
back.
smash spiky thorns.
All right.
Chunk jump. Use a chunk to double jump.
Oh, okay.
This will help you reach new heights. Throw.
Somebody's gonna figure that out.
Throw a chunk.
Exploit it.
Or aim at a target like this.
Oh, okay, cool. There's aiming.
Throwing a boom rock or gold can have explosive effects. If you throw chunks made of softer material, you can stick them to a surface and pile them up.
Yeah.
Turf
Donkey Craft.
This lets you ride on chunks.
Oh, we got Breath of the Wild here.
Speed up and aim for smaller enemies to knock them away. Make music. The power of Pauline's singing will help show you the way.
Because she can sing now.
It can also
She's a
remove
singer.
these strange seals that someone left behind.
Oh, and she speaks.
You never know what you'll discover in the underground world.
Nice. They're playing the playing DKC's music.
So carve your own path with DK's abilities.
What?
The many layers of the underground world are host to a variety of inhabitants. Some are mysterious and aren't too bothered by DK's
Wobble
destructive
talk.
tendencies.
Wobble wobble.
It looks
Hey,
like
Randy.
Cranky Kong and his companion Rambi are also venturing through the layers of the world. Then there are the giant elders who call the underground world home.
Oh, wow.
They're said to possess ancient Bananza powers.
And then you get idle
By
music.
learning their Bonanza powers, Pauline's singing can do something
You
special.
get idle song.
She can make Donkey Kong transform. With
Oh, no,
incredible
not that
destructive
weird
power,
sound.
Even hard terrain
That
poses no problem.
I hate that. It's
Plow through
obnoxious.
the world and smash as much as possible with the powerful Kong Bananza.
I'll be honest with you, the music's
DK
not out
can
of place.
transform into a
Donkey
zebra.
Konga.
He's as speedy as he is striped.
It's just
He
that
can
the choice
even
of
breeze
songs
over
was weird.
water or crumbling pathways. That's the swift Zebra Bananza. Oh yeah, he can also turn into an ostrich.
And I'm glad to see it's a rap song.
Flying ostrich. Spread your wings and soar through the sky. You can use updrafts to gain more air. Then drop egg bombs
Oh,
from
cool,
great
barrel
heights
cannon.
to send enemies scattering. That's right, it's Ostrich Bananza. Bananza transformations don't last forever though. You can transform again by collecting gold to build up your banana tree.
So it's like the supersonic. Oh, that frame rate.
You're not limited to when or where you transform, and you can swap between transformations. So get creative and use them as you adventure to the planet
Hopefully
core.
the final release will not have that frame rate drop I just saw.
Standing in our hero's way is the Void Company, the mightiest mining operation
Hey,
both above
avocado.
ground and below.
Chat
Donkey
room is
Kong
growing.
works to create gigantic corporate soldiers.
Corporate soldiers.
Poppy Kong is responsible
Sounds
for
like-
subterranean info gathering, while Void Kong is in charge of the whole company. This nefarious crew is responsible for the banana-stealing maelstrom on Ingot Isle, and they're heading straight down to the planet core.
Planet core? But no! I'm going with DK, so you just stay away!
Wow, that's
Void
great
Cone
acting. Yeah,
blocked
it's a
off
good
all
line.
the routes to the lower layers, so no one could reach them. DK and his pals will come face to face with the enemies guarding these routes. So use all the power at your disposal to take on a host of powerful foes. By defeating them, Giant sinkholes will open, clearing a path to the lower layers of the
Like I
underground
said, made in
world.
Abyss. Made in Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong in Abyss? How's Donkey in Abyss?
Found throughout
Donkey
the
in Abyss?
underground world
Kong
are
in Abyss.
golden bananas called Banandium Gems. They're not always visible though. Sometimes they're buried in the walls, the ground, and other places. There are a whole bunch to find. You can also obtain these gems by completing challenges in the ruins found throughout your adventure.
Let's do this.
Challenges include time-limited battles, courses where you'll need clever solutions, side-scrolling stages, and more.
Mine ride. Yes, minecart. Oh, the old Bramble.
Keep your eyes
Cool.
peeled to find
Classic
Banandium gems.
DKC style level platforming.
There are plenty of ruins to discover, so give them a try.
Trying to lean into that whole banana thing there.
As you collect Banandium gems, you'll gain skill points. These can be used to increase stats such as your max health or the destructive power of your punches. Power up Donkey Kong to match your playstyle. For example, if you strengthen your sonar, you'll be able to detect treasure from further away, which could lead to new discoveries. Or use skill points to learn new
Oh, that
skills.
water was crisp.
There are all sorts of items to find as you explore.
That's pretty cool that you get the skills.
Banandium chips are
get
shaped
skills.
like slices of banana. And they can be traded for Banandium gems at the chip exchange. These gold nuggets are, unsurprisingly, called gold.
Of course.
You can exchange gold for useful items at the stuff
Oh
shop.
no, collectathon. They're gonna overload the collectathon.
There are
It's gonna be
fossils,
Donkey
too.
Kong 64 all over again.
You can trade these
Oh,
for
no.
different fashions at local style shops.
Yeah, it's just like in
Just
Odyssey.
open the closet and customize the perfect fits for Donkey Kong and Pauline. Or even change up your fur color.
Oh,
No look is too much for Donkey Kong or too little.
naked.
Almost every article
Watch
of
them change
clothing
it.
comes with its own benefits. So mix and match your look to suit the situation.
Skating Kong.
If you find a treasure chest buried in the ground, crack it open, and you might receive a treasure map showing the location of Banandium gems or fossils.
Huh.
Their
Interesting.
locations will be marked on your map. Pretty helpful for finding collectibles. You can also see which fossils and Banandium gems you've collected, making it easy to see how close you are to completion.
Yep, collectathon
There's
returns.
plenty more to do in the underground world when not adventuring. Need a rest? Carve out a space and enjoy
Of
a getaway
course.
where you can recover in bed
Like I said, Donkey Kong
and
craft.
enjoy
Kong
listening
craft.
to tunes with the music player. You might even find new discs when defeating enemies. When it comes to
Donkey
moving
Kong rap,
between
the
layers,
DK rap.
subterranean eels have your back.
Kong is here.
These elevators will help you easily move between layers you visited at any time.
Donkey Kong is
And if you get lost, no need to worry. You can always teleport within the layer you're currently exploring.
Teleport there?
In photo mode,
But they don't
you
have
can
all the
freely
lyrics.
change the
That
in-game
sucks.
camera angle and adjust other settings to snap pics.
Well, it makes sense. They don't have everybody in the game.
Get a photo like this or that. Unleash your inner shutterbug and create your own captivating scenes.
Is that
By
did he?
sharing a Joy-Con 2 controller or using a second set, you and a pal can control Donkey Kong and Pauline separately to buddy up in local co-op play. As Pauline, you can unleash vocal blasts
Using the mouse.
Joy-Con 2 mouse controller.
Smart.
You can also copy the material of nearby terrain to give your vocals even more texture.
That's
By
cool.
working together, even tough enemies don't stand a chance.
That's pretty interesting, man. One be the pilot, the other is the gunner.
This game also supports game share. Even if only one player has the game, they can quickly share it to another player so they can join on their own system.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
It can also be shared locally to a Nintendo Switch system.
What?
Plus, you can play online between Nintendo Switch 2 systems using game
And
share
has
via
online?
game chat.
Wow. Okay, to the Switch
If you need
1?
help with all the platforming action, Assist Mode is the way to play. It guides you in the right
Hand
direction.
holding. I know it's optional, but
Halves
don't
the
make
damage you
don't
receive
put those options
and
in
more.
there.
Assist Mode supports you in your adventure to be the best Kong you can be. Outside of the main game, there's a mode where you can carve stone using mouse controls called DK Artist.
Okay.
Rotate to paint. Carve material. Or add some back on.
Oh no, don't do that to him.
You can even change
No,
the
don't
lighting
give him
and
that
add
hairdo.
delectable banana effects. Give it a try and sculpt to your heart's content. This game also supports
amiibo.
amiibo accessories. A new Donkey Kong and Pauline amiibo
that's
figure is
cool.
also on the way. Scanning it
$20
unlocks
now.
Pauline's diva dress. By scanning the Donkey Kong series
Good,
amiibo
thank
shown
you.
here, gold Kong tiles with explosive power will appear.
I'm glad that the older
Every
ones.
other amiibo released up to this point is also compatible.
Nice.
If you scan them, you'll get giant spheres like these.
Okay, get aid. All right, cool. Weapons.
DK, I love to sing more than anything.
I just realized that's the Donkey Kong song. That's one of.
Maybe if we get to the surface, you and me, we can make it more than a dream.
Yeah, I just heard the beat in there.
Join the powerful Donkey Kong and the talented singer Pauline as they set out on an adventure to the fabled planet Core.
My own special power? DK!
Eat her! Eat her! Die! Die!
Donkey Kong Bananza. Available July 17th only on Nintendo Switch 2. Pre-orders
month.
are available now on Nintendo eShop. The Donkey Kong and Pauline
That's
amiibo
really cool.
will also be available July 17th.
For an additional $20 because they have increased the prices of the amiibo. I gotta say, that's a lot of content, all things considered, but they definitely followed the roots of Donkey Kong 64's collectathon. That is way too much to collect. Way too many things to collect. But yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad looking. I'm a little bit worried because I did saw a little bit of frame rate dropping, which I feel is inexcusable for a Switch 2 game, for a game on the Switch 2. You know, it's one of the cheaper games. I believe it said $60. This was going to be $60, so it's on the cheap side. Pauline being one of the main characters, that's great. You know, it's great to see that Pauline got to be not just only, you know, not just how you say. Not just a character, you know, a background character, or a character that moves the plot and such, but being a legit playable character. That's pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty cool. Replacing Diddy Kong. I'm not sure where Diddy Kong is in all this, but we'll probably see that in the cutscene. You know, we'll probably see that in the cutscene, no doubt. But it was definitely a big surprise, you know, seeing her pop out, and the music, the song the song that they played at the very beginning and at the end, the main theme song, really threw me off because it didn't fit. That was something that I would hear from Kirby. You know what I'm saying? That I'll probably hear on a Kirby game, not from a Donkey Kong. With a Donkey Kong game, I expect a little bit more like rock and roll or rap, that kind of stuff. Not some flowery J-pop kind of thing. But then I kind of noticed, and I'm gonna play this because I was listening to how she was singing it, her cadence, and her cadence actually matched the Donkey Kong theme song. Let's stop there. All right. Now, when now listen to how she sings at the end here. So you heard how it sounds was do 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 do. Now listen to how she sounds here.
Look at us,
DK,
I
I love to sing more than anything.
Heart of gold, a wish come true.
I have this dream. Maybe if we get to the surface, you and me, we can make it more than a dream.
We're breaking through.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. Do 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 do.
I love to sing more than anything. Maybe if we get to
it's pretty crazy. It's crazy. They actually gave the Donkey Kong NES theme song lyrics. The singing is fine. She sounded fine in terms of singing. She sounded very fine. Though I like the fact that they did bring back that they brought back all some of the Donkey Kong country music along with the DK rap. Although I understand that they couldn't do the lyrics because clearly they don't have all the characters from DK64. Yeah, it's the same melody. Thank you. It's the same melody. She sings to the same melody as Donkey Kong NES, which is pretty cool. Definitely this screamed Made in Abyss. The whole entire plot screams Made in Abyss. So I'm sure it's gonna get weirder and weirder as they keep going down further and further. As they keep going further down, and then they of course coming off like Minecraft because you get to chip down all sorts of environments and everything. You can even build a house. I guess Kongcraft. So we got Made in Kong. Then we got Kongcraft. Anything else I'm missing? Yeah, but this is actually pretty good. This is so from what I'm seeing, this is pretty good. And like I said, the frame rate drop, like I'm seeing right here, it's a little. I'm really hoping that this was just. Yeah, it was right here, wasn't it? No, it was later down. But my point is that hopefully that this was all just like a demonstration thing, and not the actual final product, because this is a Switch 2 game. No excuses for Donkey Kong, any game to have any type of frame rate drop whatsoever, any type of frame rate stutter. That's very concerning. Very, very concerning. Variety is great. Like I said, not the Collectagon thing I'm very worried about, but dive punch, you get to roll like a ball. What else? What else can he do? He can throw, which is standard. They try to hype throw. You could actually run around and bash things with the with a stone. The chunk jump. Yep, we got our double jump, which is pretty cool. I'm sure a lot of people are going to exploit that. Excuse me. Throw, that's very standard. I would expect him to throw. But I like that there's targeting. Great use of the mouse, I have to say. Where's the mouse at? Where's the mouse controls at? I thought that was actually pretty cool. let's see, where's the mouse controls? Yeah, the 2-player controls where one uses the mouse to aim. I like that. That's actually pretty. That's actually pretty good use. I was very shocked that Game Share not only could be used between 2 switches, but can also be used with the Switch 1. Which now kind of makes the Switch 2 look like it's a Switch Pro more so than a new console. I know a lot of people are gonna probably type in the console, it's a new console, it's a new gen console. But usually when it comes to new gen consoles, they're never compatible with the previous consoles. You know, we've been seeing that very consistently with Xbox and Sony, but Nintendo. Yeah, it's very weird because think about it, the PS5 Pro, you know, and that's a nice little fun extra thing for the kids there, the whole artwork thing. But I didn't know either, chat, that Nintendo Switches could do that. Nintendo Switches could even do that, those kinds of water graphics. Yeah, Switch 2 definitely has a stronger engine. I'm just shocked that the Switch 1 can game share, quite honestly. The Switch 1 could game share with the Switch 2. And it kind of makes things even more suspicious as to whether they released more of a Switch Pro than actual next-gen console. Because either this was originally supposed to be the Switch Pro and Nintendo held off on it because Switch 1 was just making gangbusters, making buku cash, and figured we'll just sell the Pro as a Switch 2, or they legitimately did something that none of the other consoles from the other companies, Sony and Microsoft, have done, and that is actually this. Game share a PS1 with a PS2 console. That's actually pretty big when you think about it. That's pretty big, and that probably might get people wondering, well, why can't Street Fighter 6 do that? You know, those kind of things. You know what I'm saying? I would like to see more of that. That's actually pretty cool. Because then was it Doug Bowser? Doug Bowser was the one that came out and said that, you know, that they'll still continue to support the Switch 1. People were getting all antsy because of the way he phrased it. But this shows right here that the Switch 1 isn't even left behind. You know what I'm saying? To be able to play, you know, to be able to game share with a Switch 2. And you get to play a Switch 2 game on your Switch 1. That's pretty crazy. So yeah, the Switch 1 definitely doesn't feel far behind. Yeah, so it's pretty crazy. I'm hands down, it's crazy. Amiibo, honestly, I'm not happy with the pricing of Amiibo now, but I'm very glad not only to see the Amiibo in action. Also, that's pretty cool. If those 2 watches are from the Nintendo, the Super Nintendo World. At Universal Studios, those are compatible with the Donkey Kong game. I'm glad that the Donkey Kong amiibo that I have is compatible as well. Some my Donkey Kong amiibo and Diddy Kong amiibo, so I get to have a little fun with that, and as well as all the amiibo up to date. I'm glad that they said that every single amiibo up to date from 12 years ago from 12 years ago to now can all be used on the thing. So, but the prices have been ridiculous, and I'm not a big fan of how crazy the price is. But yeah, all of this, they look at all of them, and they give you special rocks to throw at, specialized rocks, I guess fitting for the stage. Makes sense. But that's pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm just glad that you know, amiibo is not gone, because you know, recently a lot of Mario games that have been coming out have not been utilizing the amiibo, and I was for sure thinking, oh, you know, they're phasing it out now, they're kind of done with it. But no, Street Fighter 6 uses amiibo. Donkey Kong is using amiibo. Of course, the Zelda games are using still using amiibo. So it's good. It's good because I'm looking at Princess Peach and I'm like, why isn't Princess Peach Showtime using it? Why isn't Mario Wonder using the amiibo? It left me very baffled why they didn't have any amiibo capabilities whatsoever. And I'm like, yeah, you know, I guess this is it, you know. But no, it's all good. Let's see here. The collectathon. Yeah, I already talked about the collectathon. The bosses are fine. You know, they're very nicely designed. Let's see here. Let's leave it at that. I like that they that you could develop more, you could get more skills, add more skills to his repertoire, and it's not a skill tree per se, but you can acquire different skills and you could customize Donkey Kong, I guess. Well, I'm kind of wondering if it's like you can customize Donkey Kong with a skill set, or if it's just give him everything. You know, he gets every single skill set along the way. Who knows? You know, and just like Super Mario Odyssey, there's the clothing shop. They got the clothing shop. And when you know, following along, being that's part of the Mario universe, Donkey Kong is part of the Mario universe. That makes sense. So the stages look very beautiful. You know, I really like how the stages look. They're very gorgeous. You know, just look at it go. The environmental, you know, collision is very splashy. You know, it's got a nice little punch to it. Look at that. It's very punchy. It probably would feel punchy once people start playing it, you know. And you could go as far down as you want, depending on the softness of the terrain. That's actually very that's very cool. Actually, if it's a hard rock, you'll probably only go 1 inch. You know, probably 1 foot. If it's a sand, you could probably go further down. I like that. You know, this is a very interactive environment going on here. You know, tear off. Just rip that off. Yeah, this is a very, very highly interactive video game experience. I can't wait to see what some of the YouTubers will conjure up. You know, saying in terms of what they can, how much they can. How much if they could break the game. See if they could really break this game. If they could break Donkey Kong by going as far down as possible down the floor and see where the end is at, that'll be pretty sweet to see, because somebody's gonna do it. Somebody's gonna start testing this game out and really see it. Water stage was definitely pretty. Chat, yes, I agree. It was very beautiful. Like you could see in the water. That was the same thing that I saw in Echoes of Wisdom, where I was able to actually see, you know, instead of just being a deep, you know, an opaque blue water. Here we go. See, you could see through the water like you would at an ocean, at a clean ocean, of course. And then we got the link slide thing. So yeah. This looks like it's going to be a pretty good game. A good addition to Switch 2. It's great seeing Donkey Kong in a 3D world. We haven't had that since Donkey Kong 64. I like that they gave Pauline a role, not just a role, but an actual gaming role. You know, that's a good departure from having Diddy Kong. I mean, sure, you know, a lot of us will want Diddy Kong and everything, but I'm okay with that because you know, they need to tap into their characters. A lot of people want Waluigi and Pauline, you know, to get in on the action. We haven't had Wario. You know, we had WarioWare, but we haven't had a Wario adventure since Virtual Boy Wario Land. No, Wario Land 4 on the Game Boy Advance. Or was it on GameCube? Since GameCube, right? It's been that long. It's been that long since we had Wario. And it would be nice to see them tap into it. You know, tap into more of their characters and giving them some their own adventures. You know, own adventures. Not another, you know, tennis game or soccer game for them to be a part of, or a kart game. Put them in an adventure. Let's get an adventure with these guys. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, this was pretty good. Again, I'm a little worried about that frame rate drop. You know what I'm saying? It was pretty noticeable. So we'll see what happens. You know, when everyone gets their copies, and we'll check out some of the stuff. So yeah. Be sure to comment, like, subscribe, follow, hit the notification button. And until the next round of trailer reactions, thank you all for joining me, and I wish you all a good night. A buenas noches, and oyasumi na sai.